Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 1037. Hello, it's Mike Matthews being joined by Hayley. Hayley's back making strange noises. You can't really hear because the music's playing and the crowd's swirling, and we're all so happy at our little post-Academy Awards party right now.
Mike's Daily Podcast
In Podcastro Valley, Mont. Today we have Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman,
Mike's Daily Podcast,
and John Deere the engineer. I'd like to sing a song about Tulsi Gabbard. She's a representative from Hawaii, and she's no sluggard. She likes Bernie, so does Hayley, and I'm happy. I'm dancing in the breeze.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
What is it? You not saying anything. You're keeping your mouth shut.
Mike's
That's sad.
Daily
Because this song
Podcast
was not very...
Yeah!
It was actually really good. I was really proud of that song I just sang. And I don't mind telling you. So I guess Hayley's not going to talk this show, so basically you're just going to hear this podcast. Even though Hayley, when I walked in today, was like, oh, I can't wait to do a podcast. Woohoo! All right. And now Hayley's not saying anything. You're such a child. You're like a Republican.
I'm just wondering if I can convince anyone up to this point that you were actually crazy and just pretending I was here because you can't manage a podcast on your own anymore.
I did one yesterday.
Good job.
I couldn't do a podcast because Jarrell was sick all week.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently he's better, thankfully.
Thank goodness. This place is a mess without him. He does so much work.
Oh, gosh. And he's brilliant, and he knows all the ins and outs of all the electrical stuff.
He really does, yeah.
So we're back. We're glad he's back.
Yep.
Or we're glad he's bad. Hey, there's always one person at your job that when they're gone, everything falls apart. Maybe it's you. I wasn't talking to you, Hayley. I was talking to the listener.
Yeah, I figured as much.
So this Tulsi Gabbard, she's a representative from the House of Representatives, and she represents this tiny little part of... Look who just walked in! Hello, my God, it's Shoehart, the chef supervisor. I saw Ryan Gosling Jr. on the Academy Awards with an old Australian guy. That was, the guy was, who's the Australian guy that played Jor-El, not Jor-El, but Jor-El in Superman? Cameron Crowe. No, Crowe. Russell Crowe. Yes. They talked to each other. That's all I saw. I saw up to that point of the Academy Awards, and Chris Rock going, how come there's not any black people here?
Hey, I'm here hosting the Academy Awards. I'm Chris Rock, and I have a loud and sort of wishy way of talking.
It's screaming. He screams.
He really does like to scream his jokes.
How are you doing that? This is so early right now. How can you scream?
I can scream at any time of the day. 24/7, ready to release my anguish.
Elsa walked in. Oh, Mike, it's Floyd the Floorman!
How can you do that so early in the morning?
And it's John Deere the... Start that over. Right. Take 2. Let's try. Take 3. Take me out to the ball game.
See, this is why you didn't win an Oscar last night.
I wasn't even nominated. The beginning of... Oh, so I've never been nominated. It's so sad. How'd you guys like the Academy Awards? Mike, we really enjoyed it. I'm John Deere, the engineer, and I talk down here because I'm really like an E-or guy. You're an E or an or guy? Yeah, okay, whatever. That's funny. Mike, it was a great show. I watched every second of it. Is that why your eyes are wide open and you look like you've had your soul sucked out of your eyeballs?
Your eyes wide open, we walk back, we walk back.
That's Snow Patrol.
Nope, that's Gautier.
Oh. That was another...
Snow Patrol is Tell me that you'll open your eyes.
Oh, very good. What I did notice, ABC today, because we had the ABC on the TV here at Cafe Anyway when I came in today, and they were like, Chris Rock did such a good job last night. But, of course, ABC carried the Academy Awards. So.
Right, yeah. Wow, the Academy Awards were the best thing we've ever put on. We're not biased, we're just ABC.
And ABC, of course, is run by Disney, so every commercial was for Star Wars or the new Zootopia.
Zootopia.
U2 Zootopia tour.
Yes.
She moves in mysterious ways. Ow! So all those commercials were for Disney stuff and going to Disneyland and little children, and yet there's these heavy movies at the Academy Awards, right? Like ones about people locked in rooms and people, you know, their lives ruined by the Catholic Church and all these other things.
And Mad Max Fury. I can't believe I haven't seen that yet.
I hear that's the best movie ever.
Apparently it got a lot of recognition in the Academy Awards.
Good for them.
Yeah.
I heard that the director that did the original Mad Maxes did this one.
Really? That's interesting. I didn't know that.
That's what
it wasn't boring as all heck?
Yeah.
No, wait. That's Waterworld that was boring as
Oh, yeah. That was a different
Such
guy.
Such a weird movie.
Also post-apocalyptic world, though.
Yeah. It's like Mad Max is on one side of the planet and Waterworld is on the other side of the planet.
That's true, because one side was all desert, the other side was all water.
Yeah.
We figured it all out.
That's what I always figured. Like, I know it's not true. I know that's not how it works. But, yeah.
Did you know there was a Waterworld show at Universal Studios, and they had like Sea-Doos and what do you call them? The jet skis or whatever?
Yeah, Sea-Doos.
And they were zooming around on stage. They had like a big water tank, and that's crazy.
I remember when Universal had Universal Studios in Florida. I visited it.
You did?
And they had the Indiana Jones exhibit. Where they like showed a bunch of different special effects and how they did them. And then they had a Muppets exhibit. Back before Disney had Muppets.
No. See, now, wait a minute. I thought Indiana Jones was always a Disney thing somehow.
Indiana Jones
kind of jumps around. I don't know.
I don't know, actually.
All right. I'm going to give you this. I've been waiting to give this to you. This is the request list from the reception that I did.
Okay.
And so basically, I got on the mic and said, hey, whatever you want to hear, I got this pad of paper. Go ahead and write everybody. And so people came up and requested songs. At one point, a lady came up to me and said, can I just hook up my iPhone to your sound system? And it was like, F*** off! Here you go. Have some of my list that people... These are what people wanted.
All right.
Robert,
Heaven, I'm in Heaven.
Heaven, I'm in Heaven. I think I played that.
Natalie Cole song.
Oh.
Chances Are, Johnny Mathis.
Played that.
All I Gotta Do by the Beatles? That's like one of their early songs that I don't think is called All I Gotta Do.
Yeah, that was the father of the bride requested that one.
Huh.
He's like, can you play play this one? It's a very nice, mellow song by the Beatles.
Need you tonight.
Oh, In Excess. I played that.
'Cause I'm not sleeping.
There's something about you, babe. Makes me sweat.
Makes me sweat. Beatles
Hutch.
in My Life. Chubby Chicken. Who the hell is Chubby Chicken?
I think they meant Chubby Checker, the twist. I played that.
Oh. Come on, baby. Is that one?
Yeah. Let's do the
twist.
Come on, baby.
Yeah.
Sung by
Kiss.
Yeah. Somebody wanted Kiss. No, I don't think they wanted the Prince song. They wanted any song by Kiss. So, the Kiss have some upbeat songs.
Yeah. Guns N' Roses, November Rain.
They rocked. Oh yeah, someone wanted that. I did not play that.
You know how when November Rain plays, and you're like, oh, November Rain is ending. No, it isn't.
November Rain is continuing for another 12 minutes.
Robin, do you know what it takes?
Do you know that song?
No.
Robin.
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was bizarre.
Sarah McLachlan. The arms of an angel.
I'm like, I can't play Sarah McLachlan. That's going to make people think about animals that are dying.
Sugar, yes, please.
Oh, that was the cute girl requested that.
Pour it over me.
But she was married.
Oh.
But I played that. She was very happy.
My mom actually requested that because I'm putting together a playlist for her and my dad's 25 anniversary party they're putting on.
Congratulations.
So yeah, my mom requested that one.
Sugar?
And she's like, hey, so there's this section like in the middle, and it has some not quite appropriate lyrics. Do you think you could try to cut it out? Like, I'll see what I can do, Mom.
There were a bunch of churchgoers at this thing.
Yeah.
And everybody by 9 o'clock, everyone cleared out because they had to go to church the next morning because it was Saturday night, Sunday morning. And so I played Sugar, and nobody said anything about the questionable Adam Levine getting it on with whatever.
Staying Alive.
BG.
Macarena.
Played those.
Blue suede shoes.
Did not play Elvis.
Oh.
Shoot. I did play Elvis. I played a different song, though. I think I played You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog.
Only have eyes for you.
I didn't play that one.
Hallelujah, I love her so.
I don't know Hallelujah, I love her so.
Sunrise Sunset. Someone requested a song from Fiddler on the Roof at a wedding. I mean, it is the wedding song, but still. They
might have been Jewish, you think?
Maybe. I want you back.
Oh!
She's a bad mama jamma.
I played Jackson 5. I played Bad Mama Jamma. I did not play La Bamba by Los Lobos or Richie Haven.
Pump up the jam. Pump it up while your feet are blah blah.
I did play Pump Up the Jams.
Shout. Let it all out.
No, not Tears for Fears.
This is not the song they requested. It's You Make Me Wanna.
Yeah, that one. But I didn't play the Isley Brothers version. I played the version from Animal House. I just took Animal House, the clip from on YouTube. Because you got the John Belushi going, everybody on the ground do the squid, or whatever.
Yeah.
That's it.
Let's see. LOVE, Nat King Cole. Love. I like Nat King Cole quite a bit.
You know a lot of Nat King Cole as we go outside a cafe anyway. We're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcaster Valley.
Dare by Gorillaz, huh?
Yeah.
It's Dare.
How does that one go?
It's coming up. It's Dare. Ooh. You got to press it on you.
That one.
You just
got to break it,
that's what you do, baby. Hold it down, Dare.
Very good. I could not remember which version of what that was.
Yeah, that was the guy, or like the guest vocalist. The guy is like, it's Dare. It was not. The song was not supposed to be called Dare.
Oh.
The song, he was supposed to be saying it's there, but his accent was so thick.
Oh.
And he was drunk most of the time.
That's the guy, the guest vocalist was from the Happy Mondays, wasn't it? The guy that sang?
Possibly.
Because he's like a Manchester, England type of dude.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
It's Dad. Marry You, Bruno Mars. Ugh.
Which one?
I don't like Marry You, Bruno Mars.
How does that one go?
I don't even remember. It's just slow.
Cause he freaking when he does his ballads, like,
yeah,
I should have brought you flowers. I should have made you. I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah,
give me your funky
super
stuff.
Slow, yeah. I got the magic in me. Every time I touch the sun, it turns into gold.
Who's that?
B.O.B. I think that's the song. Got the magic.
B.O.B.
B.O.B. Bob.
I thought that that was a joke. Somebody wrote that down. I had no idea what that...
Jump in the Line by Harry Belafonte. I've never heard any other Harry Belafonte songs than Day-O. Day-O. Daylight come and me wanna go home.
We say day, we say day, we say day.
We say day, we say day. Daylight come and me wanna go home. Daylight come and me wanna go home.
We wanna go home.
Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana.
Daylight come and we wanna go home.
Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana.
Daylight come and we wanna go home.
Day. I did it on the offbeat there to keep the funk going.
Wait, does it keep going, or does he go back into the?
Day.
Oh, it just keeps going, huh?
Mr. Day-O.
Daylight come and we wanna go home.
Day. Mr. Day-O.
Daylight come and
Me wanna go home. And then in more verses.
And that was, of course, in Beetlejuice. They had that awesome scene where they all get possessed.
And of course I know that from The Muppet Show because I know everything from The Muppet Show.
Oh, that's right. The Muppet Show did it too.
Apparently, according to The Muppet Show and what Harry Belafonte said, on The Muppet Show, that was the first time he did it on TV.
Oh!
Basically his first performance on TV.
Get
was
out.
doing that. And the whole bit was that no one could match his days. He'd go, day! And then there'd be a chorus of like off-pitch Muppets going, day!
We can't follow you, Harry. Sorry. You know, Harry Belafonte was really good friends with Robert Kennedy Jr.
Interesting.
Robert F. Kennedy, rather. The brother.
The brother of that other Kennedy.
So is there any other?
Kennedy Space Center.
Kennedy Space Center, which is located in... Darn it. I can't remember. Florida, right, near Cape Canaveral. Yes. My mom and I drove all the way out there, and we're like, $50 to get in. Screw this place.
I went there. We went there on our first day of our vacation. And due to jet lag and just general leaning, and like just the way that my brain tends to lean, I had a migraine.
Oh.
And I had to get wheelchaired out because I was like sick. And so I spent most of the day in their little infirmary building. And they had just cleaned it so it smelled like bleach and it made me throw up. And then I felt better.
Wow. Frickin' Florida.
I know. But it was great, probably. I don't remember.
I like Florida. I like all the sand.
I like all the lizards.
And the weird geckos and everything. And I love the palm trees. And I like that the water's really warm.
Yeah, true. I like the thunderstorms that they have.
Oh, that's awesome too.
And anyway.
Yeah, that's what we love about Florida. I was thinking of other places that I drove a long way to get to and then actually didn't go inside, but just stood outside of and looked at, and then went, okay, that's fine. I don't have to go in there. Like the Seattle Sky Tower. I did not want to go up to the top of that because it was going to be like $500 to get up to the top of that. Damn. So I just I looked at it, took pictures, and left.
I spent probably too much money to go up Sears Tower, and so I know how you feel.
Oh, really? And that's the tallest building somewhere in that area.
Well, it's the tallest building in Chicago. It's not that tall. But they had the little alcove things where it's a... It's just a piece of plastic. Like, hard... I guess it's like
And you can look straight down through it?
Plexiglass. It's a box of plexiglass that's attached to the side of the building, so you can step out and look straight down.
Ay.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, that's a little much. They've got that at the Grand Canyon too, something that comes all the way out.
Sky Bridge, that's kind of recent. That side of the Grand Canyon, that is the western entrance to the Grand Canyon. That is the one that people went to less before they put that Sky Bridge.
Interesting.
Because the other side is the place that's got the buildings with the tourist stuff and all that. If you go to the west side, which is on the opposite side of the canyon, there used to be nothing. There was like a helipad, and then you could just kind of stand around and look. And the road to get there, I don't know. I hope they redid this road. It used to be a road called Diamond Bar Road. Right? Weird name.
Diamond Bar. And Diamond Bar is some town somewhere that's supposed to be a piece of crap. Go ahead.
I'm sure. But, so my sister used to live in a little tiny town called Dolan Springs. And when I say little tiny town, it's not actually little tiny. It's actually like miles long because it's just along one giant road. Oh. It's like they put a house here and then like 3 miles away there's the school and they called it a town.
And that requires you have to have a car and drive all the time, every second of your life.
Driving around, and it's in the middle of the desert. It's like a valley in the high desert area, so you can be driving to it and look down onto it, and you can't tell it's a town at all because it's just desert, and you see like the little dust devils spinning around. But
it sounds so secluded and isolated.
You drive down this highway, or at least we did to get to it. Drive down the highway, go through Dolan Springs, and completely miss it. I don't know how else to describe it.
Yeah.
You get to the off turn onto Diamond Bar Road, and Diamond Bar Road had a speed limit of 15.
No.
And it was almost completely unpaved, going through like a Joshua Forest. The Joshua Forest area. And if you went at the required speed limit of 15, you would lose all of your teeth because it's that bumpy.
So you have to go even slower.
No, you have to go faster. It's the only way to you have to rockdroplane. It's not hydroplaning because there's no water. But you have to
go so fast that you're going over the rocks.
Skipping over the rocks basically so you don't judder your car apart.
Oh,
and
jeez.
the only other people on that road aside from you, because you're crazy and why did you take this way, is this company called the Pink Jeep Company, and they do tours, and they're freaking lie because they're fuchsia SUVs, goddammit.
They're not pink.
They're not pink. They're not Jeeps. Get your goddamn shit together.
They're not even Jeeps.
And they're going at 15 miles an hour jittering along, and I went with my aunt, so we have the white pickup truck. I don't even remember what style of car it was, but we're trying to get over this, and it still takes over half an hour to clear the entire thing, and then we get there.
Jeez.
And they're like, well, usually we charge, but today's a holiday, because I think we went New Year's.
Oh, okay.
Today's a holiday, so come on by and check us out. And so we went in and we looked at the Grand Canyon and went, ooh,
And what was it like to be on that big glass thing and looking down?
It wasn't there at the time.
Oh, it wasn't there.
It wasn't there at the time.
I wonder.
So I hope they fixed the road.
They had
to, because unless we missed a way to get, and that was Diamond Bar was just the way to get in through Dolan Springs area. No one would want to go down that road.
See, this is the thing, is I don't want to go on any of these destination trips, because then you get there, and once you're there, they're they got you. They're okay, now if you want to go in, you got to pay $7,000.
Yeah. And it's probably a lot more expensive now with the bridge.
One place that I went to, but I didn't go in not because it was expensive, but because it was so crowded. Mm-hmm. Everybody, when I was in Alabama, was you've got to go to Nashville and eat at the Loveless Cafe for breakfast. Go to the Loveless Cafe. And apparently the Loveless Cafe now has its own YouTube channel where they interview not just country stars, but bluegrass stars and Americana stars and folk artists and all these interesting songwriters and stuff. Robin and I was still married. We drove all the way over there. Like, took us 2.5 hours. Finally get there, and it's so packed. It was like the wait to eat was going to be 3 hours. And when Robin didn't eat, she was, thinking we're going to go there, eat breakfast, and no, we're going to have to wait another 3 hours. She got hypoglycemic so bad, and I'm like, we got to go eat.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm starting to get hypoglycemic, so yeah. But I do remember on our way there, I had on there was an awesome radio station in Nashville called Lightning 100.
Whoa.
And it was there, kind of like the equivalent of KFOG here, where you're playing new...
the AAA, AAA station.
Yes.
Yeah, AAA.
You're so radio. Look at you knowing AAA. Adult album alternative is what that means. So that, for those of you that don't know radio very much, that's sort of like all your new kind of rock song, almost alternative,
but your classic alternative as well.
Yeah,
that's kind of its primary purposes. So there's alternative, which is in this area Live 105, which is the new alternative. Everything you want to hear, the newest upcoming whatever. Listen to Imagine Dragons before they go mainstream.
Yeah,
that kind of a thing. And then you have an adult alternative, which is Fiona Apple and Friends. And that's the best way to describe it.
Oh, like Sarah McLachlan and...
no, Fiona Apple. In like a modern sort of place, you'd have...
I like this station.
God, who would be on Triple... You're kind of acoustic singer-songwriters.
Right, like, I'm thinking Natalie Merchant and, who...
Courtney Barnett would probably be on there. Might be a little bit too
energetic. I'm thinking
of
Mark Cohn. Walking in Memphis. I was walking with my feet 10 feet off Beale. But, like, not David Bowie?
Not David Bowie. Because it's a very singer-songwriter type. It's more mellow than the other alternatives. You don't have anything glamorous. Like, you may have people that That's why, like...
Goo Goo Dolls?
Probably like the Goo Goo Dolls, maybe...
Alanis Morissette?
Matchbook 20. Alanis Morissette, definitely. Like, Fiona Apple, Alanis Morissette, those used to define adult alternative.
Okay. And then
you have adult album alternative, where it's barely connected to adult alternative. Like, sometimes you'll get some crossover songs, but like adult album alternative is when alternative stations stop playing songs, but people still like them, they'll get picked up by adult album alternative.
Oh.
So
what decade are we talking about?
We're talking like KFOG plays a lot of 90s. They'll place a lot of 90s, but they'll also play, say, James Bay, Home Back the River, Let Me Look in Your Eyes, who was nominated for a
Grammy.
A Grammy.
For Best New Artist.
For Best New Artist. And then Courtney Barton was also nominated. Those would both probably find their way on.
Damn you, Meghan Trainor! Ooh, Annie Lennox. I was like thinking Annie Lennox might get played because she was big in the 90s for a minute. Yeah. Well, and of course with the Eurythmics. Oh, but anyway, they were playing Coldplay, and that was the first time I ever heard, what's the one? I hear generations of dead. Is that Viva La Vida?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
That was when I ruled the world.
So we go all the way in Patty Loveless Cafe. Patty Loveless is a country singer. Loveless Cafe could not even eat there, so we left. Yeah. I remember, we did find an awesome used CD store in Nashville, and Robin flipped. She's like, "This is awesome!" I bought Marcy Playground. Hanging around downtown by myself, and I've had so much caffeine, and I don't think.
Me too.
I got sex and candy, yeah.
Not me too.
Do you remember that song?
No.
Marcy Playground?
No, but I want to hear it. That sounds like a good song.
They would play that on KFOG.
Hey, I'm going to say this because we're going to forget about it, and it's too late in the podcast, so maybe we'll have to remember another time to do it earlier so that people's attention span won't be gone.
Okay.
But shout out to Sheepod. We kept forgetting to do that.
Damn it, Sheepod.
Right?
Okay, so I have to say this about fucking Sheepod. They like everything that I post on Twitter.
Yeah?
I found out why.
Why?
They've got some kind of weird software that anytime anything that has the hashtag podcast, they just automatically like it. Because I went to their Twitter likes, and they liked anything that said hashtag podcast.
Oh, I'm sure. They probably go down and like a bunch of things so that people will listen to them. And you know what? Damn it, it worked. I watched their YouTube video. It was entertaining. I am entertained.
All right, they are entertaining.
They are entertaining. They're not going to listen to this.
Oh, okay.
So whatever.
Shout out to Huntsville, Alabama, because apparently Trump was there yesterday.
All right.
And he got the endorsement of...
Say strong, Huntsville.
Of their Senator Sessions, Jeff Sessions, I forget who it is, but he's the first senator to endorse Trump. And I'm like, typical Alabama.
Typical Alabama.
But I thought it was funny he was in Huntsville.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true.
Because I lived there. Oh, speaking of which, let's look at the podcast picture.
And here's today's podcast picture.
This isn't in Huntsville, Alabama. This is actually the south of Alabama, where it is on the water. Because Alabama wanted a piece of the Gulf Coast, so they got that tiny little sliver called Gulf Shores. And what's interesting about Gulf Shores is that the ocean comes in, and sort of like the Bay Area, it goes really far inland.
Yeah.
And so we were over, this is once again ex-wife Robin, and my mom was there because she drove up from Daytona Beach. And it was with my mom that I went to Cape Canaveral, by the way, and decided not to go into the Kennedy Center. But
right, yeah.
Which actually there's a Kennedy Center that I did go into in Washington, D.C. that is free. The Kennedy Center. Isn't that what it's called?
Where?
That's that they got free shows like all the time.
I'm thinking of the Smithsonian's.
No, that is also in D.C., but the Kennedy Center is on the Potomac, and you have to take a couple buses to get there if you're over where the Smithsonian's are.
Yeah, then I haven't been.
But I went with my friend Colin to that, and so that was fun because that was free. And there's like the chamber music going on.
I'm glad that there's a lot of free things in D.C.
Yes, that's so awesome. But back to the podcast picture is Clear Point and a place called Mullet Point Park.
Mullet Point Park,
and it's after people that wear mullets.
Yes. Actually, like if you first look at the park, I noticed, like when you were showing me on Google Maps, it looked like a party. But then like I looked at the podcast picture, which was near the back of the park, and it looked very business. So
very business in the front and party in the back is what you're saying?
Something like that.
Awesome, and that's what a mullet's all about, my friend. Isn't it also a type of fish?
A mullet?
That might have been what they named it after. I don't know.
I'm gonna Google that.
But the picture is of these cool little houses on the water, and I took this picture back in 2008. 7.
A chiefly marine fish that is widely caught for food.
So check out Mullet Park in Alabama. It's wonderful. Clear Point.
You know Coyote Hills, right?
Love it. It's not too far away from where we are here at Cafe anyway.
Yes.
In Podcaster Valleymont.
Over the hills.
And through the woods.
In Coyote Hills, by the shoreline.
Oh, I need to go there.
Yes. There's an area with what I've been told repeatedly, and I cannot find any record of this, but I swear that they had a little exhibit type there that talked about it a little bit.
Ghosts?
It's an old town. It's an old sort of... There's a few houses and things that used to be out there that have been taken over by the swamp.
Whoa!
And it's basically a sunken town of Dumbarton, I guess is what they call it.
Now the Dumbarton Bridge is really close to there.
The Dumbarton Bridge is super close.
That takes you over to Facebook.
And it's a similar thing of the sort of fallen apart buildings and things.
Oh, I've got to look at this.
Yeah, I've only been to it once or twice, and I swear I can't find any record of it aside from just me remembering and being there. But
that's so cool.
I hope it's actually a thing and I'm not crazy. And I remember things incorrectly. But
I'm so going to take Basil to this.
Yeah.
That's great. We're going to walk around.
If you get a chance, please check it out.
and I'll report back.
Call me up, by the way, if you're around in the area and you're gonna walk over there, because Coyote Hills is connected to Don Edwards Nature Conservatory.
That's right.
And that is like a mile from my house, like a mile and a half.
Oh!
So if you're heading there, just pick me up. We'll go walk together.
I'm gonna totally do that, because I'll be coming down from Podcastro Valley.
Exactly.
And I owe you lunch.
You do owe me lunch.
Because of the money we made on the Amazon, which you can help us out.
Hey, we haven't promoted this in a while.
We haven't. Oh, I did on the last show, but you haven't, so go ahead.
Amazon, buy. Go to mikesdailypodcast.com. Check the sidebar. It's an Amazon search thing. Search for whatever you want. You can search for clothes, food, amenities. You can buy yourself a toy. You can buy yourself a book. You can buy that new movie that you've been waiting for. What are you waiting for? Get on to mikesdailypodcast.com and buy something from Amazon. It's no cost to you aside from the Amazon price, and we get a little bit of profit. Thank you, and this has been a PSA from Mike's Daily Podcast and Hayley the Semi.
Holy the shit. How the fuck did you do that? Wow. Oh my god. You didn't even have a script or anything. Oh. And it's 6:27 in the morning. I don't know where.
I probably couldn't do it if I was awake. Also, I need more coffee because I like to stay caffeinated.
All right, well...
we might not have a podcast, or I might not be in the podcast tomorrow.
Oh, he might have jury duty.
Jury duty!
And if I have to do your job, then I won't be able to do a podcast, because it's usually really busy.
Yeah.
But,
sorry.
Oh, by the way, Rihanna beat Michael Jackson. She's got more number ones now than Michael Jackson. And Chris Rock made a weird Rihanna panty joke last night that I did not get.
I'm Chris Rock, so I'm going to talk about people's extremities.
That's pretty much... What? Go ahead.
In case you were wondering, I'm not a huge fan of Chris Rock. He's got some all right jokes and stuff, but I don't know. He's always weirded me out.